to the Speeding Bulletin. My name is Steve Younis from SupermanHomepage.com. This is all the Superman related news that happened during the week March 4th to March 10th, 2011. Ed Gross from comicbookmovie.com has posted part of his exclusive interview with Zack Snyder online on his website, with the complete interview appearing in issue 52 of Sci-Fi Now magazine, on sale soon. Snyder spoke about the challenge of making a Superman movie, saying, "I think the challenge is to make him relevant, figure out how we can make people care about him." The DC Nation panel at the Emerald City Comic Con last weekend saw a question posed to the panel regarding the level of involvement DC Comics has with the upcoming Superman movie. It was revealed that Superman comic book editor Matt Idelson actually spoke with David Goyer this week, with Matt saying that there is definitely a connection between DC and the movie. He also assured everyone that Jeff Johns and David Goyer talk all the time, so there is interaction. Joe Manganiello, star of the TV series True Blood, spoke to Access Hollywood and revealed that the filming schedule of his TV series didn't allow him to screen test for Superman. Joe explained, "At the end of the day, we couldn't get the schedule to work so that I could go off and screen test, so regrettably I never got to screen test, I never got to put the suit on." Mad Men's Christina Hendricks answered a few questions about her initial recording session playing Lois Lane for All-Star Superman, revealing her childhood adoration for the Superman characters, the trick to understanding the Lois Lane mindset, and the new street cred she's earned inside her own home. You can check out the interview and a few video clips and images at the Superman homepage now. Renowned comics writer Grant Morrison took a few moments to chat from his home in Scotland last week about the All-Star Superman animated film based on his landmark comics series, and the late Dwayne McDuffie's impressive job in reimagining Morrison's words into animated glory. He said, "I was happy to see what the story might look like from someone else's perspective, and he did a fantastic job." You can check out the interview on the Superman homepage website. Oscar-winning actress Eva Marie Saint, who played Martha Kent in Superman Returns, will make a rare appearance at the Cleveland Institute of Arts as part of the Turner Classic Movies Film Fest. Eva Marie Saint will be present on Wednesday, March 16th for the 7:30 p.m. screening of North by Northwest, as well as a Q&A session afterwards. The event is free and open to the public. Visit tcm.com for your ticket and further information. In TV news, ZapToIt.com caught up with Michael Rosenbaum and asked him about his time back in Canada filming his Lex Luthor scenes for the series finale of Smallville. He revealed, "We did 4 different things, 2 nice scenes and then 2 other specialty things that I won't tell you about. I'm part of the finale and I think it's important." Jim Bennett has updated our Smallville episode guide with his summary of the most recent Season 10 episode, Scion, while Douglas Trumbull and Julian Finn have written their reviews for the same episode, with Julian giving it a 3.5 out of 5, while Doug gave it a 5 out of 5. Superman homepage writer Isaac Frisby updated our Young Justice animated series episode guide with a summary of last week's episode, Downtime. Isaac has also written his review of this episode, giving it a 4 out of 5 rating. Cartoon Network and DC Entertainment released 2 video clips and 7 images for Bereft, the new episode of Young Justice animated series, which airs tonight, Friday, March 11th, at 7 p.m. on Cartoon Network in the US. The team finds itself wandering in the desert of Bialia with no memory of the last 6 months or of each other. Only Miss Martian can restore their minds and figure out what happened, but is she too late to save Superboy? Look for our episode summary and review in the days after this airs. Superman homepage reviewer James Lance continues reviewing episodes from the 1950s Adventures of Superman TV series. Check out his review of the Season 4 episode The Phantom Ring, in which Clark ends up tossed out of a plane by the Spectre's gang when he doesn't join them in their invisible crimes. And here's a trailer for the next Smallville episode, which airs April 15th.
We gather here today to say goodbye to our friend on this earth.
Smallville, all new episode Friday, April 15th on the CW.
In comic book news, Kenneth Rocafort is the new artist taking over the duties on Action Comics with issue number 900. DC Comics Associate Editor Will Moss said Kenneth was the perfect guy for these covers, an artist who could really hammer home how bombastic and brutal this Reign of Doomsday story is going to be. Speaking of the Reign of Doomsday story, comicbookresources.com spoke with Superboy writer Jeff Lemire and asked him about writing the monthly title about the Teen of Steel and tying into the Doomsday storyline. He said, "It's one of those things where that issue could easily be pretty boring. It could be 20 pages of some big mindless guy punching Superboy, and that's the last thing I wanted to do." There was just one comic book for us to review this week, and that was DC Universe Online Legends number 3, which was reviewed by Jeffrey Taylor, who gave it a 3 out of 5, saying, The parts in the future were excellent, the story in the present is lacking. Superman comics shipping this week from March 9th include Outsiders number 37, which is part 2 of the Reign of Doomsday story, and Superboy number 5, which is available in a variant cover. In other news, if you live in or around Chicago, Illinois, you may want to take your kids down to the Chicago Children's Museum this month because March is Superhero Month. Every day this month, the museum offers programs and activities to inspire the imagination of children and adults alike to create their own superhero with special powers and abilities. Visit chicagochildrensmuseum.org for more information. That's all the Superman news there was for the week March 4th to March 10th. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone, welcome to Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. This week I'm going to go to a bit of a rant. I watched the episode of Young Justice entitled Downtime, and in the opening minutes we see that the Young Justice Squad has been taken out by Clayface, a fairly simple enemy of Batman's whom over the years he's been managed to take down completely by himself. It does take him a few minutes normally, but in this case, whereas Superboy and other super-powered members of Justice League are unable to take him out, Batman arrives and within seconds, Clayface is finished. The reason I highlight this is because over the years, as evidenced in Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, the Justice League Animated Series, and Superman Batman Public Enemies, Batman has always been the guy that's gotten the spotlight more often than other heroes. The reason for this is that Bruce Timm and company, who are responsible for these three, always said that Batman was their favorite and the most interesting, and he's also a fan favorite. He's the most popular DC character right now, has been for some time, so it's understandable that they want to highlight him and showcase him as much as possible. The problem is you have other heroes often better suited to the circumstances that they put Batman in, and they have Batman show them up over and over again, and I've had enough now. In Crisis on Infinite Earths, we have Batman having to have the final showdown with Owlman to save all the universes, even though the rest of the Justice League are there and others would be far suited to the task. In the Justice League Animated Series, in the very first episode, Batman has to come to Superman's rescue because he's unconscious and might be killed by a Star Labs explosion. Superman's invulnerable and therefore would not be killed in an explosion, and it just was annoying and demeaning to Superman and Superman fans to have Batman show up to save him. In the Superman Batman Public Enemies movie, Captain Atom is supposed to pilot the Superman Batman rocket into the meteor to save the world, and instead they have Batman do it. Another way to have Batman be the hero while Superman is on a vendetta against Luthor, all the while screaming, "You're killing my best friend!" but not going into space to help him or stop it from happening. Enough of this. Give other heroes their time to shine, and Superman, who was always at the front of the line, always leading the charge, should not be relegated to a background position whenever a guy with a cool car and a rope is around. This has been Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching, and remember, look up in the sky.